Hello viewers, and welcome to another video with Horror Daily Movies. In this video, the review will be about one of 2017's most anticipated horror films, It, which was also known on screen as It Chapter 1. The film was a big screen remake of the 1990 two-part miniseries aired on American TV channel ABC. The miniseries, in turn, was based off the novel of the same name by legendary writer Stephen King, who has been dubbed as the King of Horror, a double entendre on his surname, and due to his prolific career as a dedicated horror storyteller and consistent delivery of best-selling horror novels. Before the video starts, do take a moment to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to never miss out on a new video. The film stars Jaeden, Jeremy Ray Taylor, Finn Wolfhard, Wyatt Oleff, Chosen Jacobs, Jake Dylan Grazer, and Sophia Lillis as Bill Denbrough, Ben Hanscom, Richie Tozier, Stanley Uris, Mike Hanlon, Eddie Kaspbrak, and Beverly Marsh, respectively. Teenage residents of Derry, a town in the state of Maine, who befriend each other after fending off bullies, collectively they are known as the Losers Club. Bill Skarsgård steps up to fill the big shoes of Tim Curry, who played the role of Pennywise, the dancing clown, in the 1990 adaptation. The film drifts from the novel in the timeline it follows, as the book is set in the late 1950s, but the film positions itself between 1988 and 1989. The film opens to a horrific and traumatizing event in October 1988, when 6-year-old George Denbrough sees a clown-like figure in the sewer drain as his boat falls into it. The figure lures George, known affectionately as Georgie, into the sewer, after which he bites off his arm and eventually kills Georgie. Mentally recovering from his brother's tragic murder, Bill befriends Richie, Eddie, and Stan, and no sooner the group comes into conflict with the Bowers Group, a gang of bullies led by Henry Bowers. Still coping from the trauma, Bill still has a glimmer of hope for his brother Georgie's survival. He assumes that Georgie might have ended up in a swampy place called the Barrens. Meanwhile, Ben also figures out that the town has been subject to mysterious child disappearances throughout history. Ben flees to the Barrens following an attack by the Bowers gang and meets up with Bill and the rest of the posse. They find the shoe of a girl named Betty Ripsum, who had also gone missing. Meanwhile, Pennywise kills Patrick Hockstetter, a member of the Bowers gang. Two new additions are made to the Losers Club: Beverly, a young girl who's bullied over rumors of her licentious behavior with boys, and Mike Hanlon, a young African-American boy who is also a victim of the Bowers gang. Here, the audience can see a diversion of the film from the source material, because the novel is narrated by Mike Hanlon, but in the film, Mike is shown to be orphaned by a house fire and then oppressed by an overzealous uncle. There's also this part in the film where, after uniting, the club sees apparitions of the Wolfman, the Mummy, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. But the film actually gets it better this time, as Pennywise is shown to haunt the kids by using their deepest fears against them. In the visions, Ben sees a headless, undead boy. Beverly is haunted by a sink that spews blood only children can see. Eddie sees a diseased and rotting leper. Stan sees a disturbing painting coming alive. Mike sees his parents burning alive. And for Bill, it's a frightening phantom of Georgie. They figure out that the clown is actually a demonic being that comes out of hibernation every 27 years to prey on the children of Derry and name him It. They also figure out that the sewer lines are his main means of transportation, and they all merge in an abandoned house on Neibolt Street. Following another attack by It, the group approaches the house on Neibolt Street to confront Pennywise. They get separated and It gets the upper hand on them, frightening them. Beverly impales its head, forcing it to flee from the scene. As the film unwinds, another dark secret is revealed: that Beverly is a victim of molestation at the hands of her own father. One fateful day, she confronts him for his wicked behavior and then incapacitates him from molesting her. But soon after, she is abducted by It. The Losers Club reassembles at the Neibolt Street house to save Beverly, but are attacked by Bowers. It is also shown that Bowers himself is a victim of physical abuse at the hands of his father and kills him following a possession of his mind by the clown Pennywise. In an act of self-defense, Mike fights back and pushes Bowers into a well, killing him. This is another change in canon, as Bauer survives It's attacks in the novel, only to run insane by it. The group finally find It's underground lair, a scene of pure terror as they discover the lifeless bodies of the missing children suspended in mid-air. Amongst them is Beverly, in a catatonic state. She is restored to consciousness after Ben kisses her on the lips. Bill finds George, but understands that it is in disguise. It incapacitates Bill and wagers to let the group go if they let him feed on Bill. They refuse and fight Pennywise by facing up to their fears, which Pennywise makes alive. Eventually, It is forced to retreat. Bill realizes that this is not the last of Pennywise that they've seen. Bill comes to terms with his brother's tragic demise after finding his raincoat. Months later, Beverly reveals her vision when she was catatonic. She saw the group fighting Pennywise again as adults. They all swear a blood oath to return to Derry 27 years later when It comes out of hibernation, to fight It, to defeat It. The group disperses with Beverly going to live with her aunt in Portland. In the closing moments, Bill reveals his feelings for Beverly, and they share a kiss. The film was a great coming-of-age psychological thriller that dealt with some disturbing and taboo aspects of society as well. Take, for example, Beverly's rumored promiscuity, which was actually her masking the trauma of her father's sexual abuse towards her. The film, while rated R, still avoided some of the more controversial aspects of the novel, like racist attitudes of some of the townsfolk towards Mike Hanlon and the Losers Club for having group sex to escape the sewers. Still, the film was a critical and commercial success, grossing over $700 million against a $35 million budget. All the young actors, especially Sophia Lillis, was praised for her portrayal of teenage Beverly, and Bill Skarsgård was also praised for his portrayal of Pennywise, the demonic clown. Did you like the video? Then leave a thumbs up to support the channel. Subscribe and click on the bell icon to never miss out on the latest horror film reviews. And to watch more reviews like this, click here. Until next time.